Yeah, so SP has developed an ankle bracelet that you'll describe a little bit more, which has got some intelligence built into it. But yeah, over to you, SP.
Okay, like Bruce said, my name is SP le Roux, and today I'm going to talk to you about AI-enabled Rhino collars used for abnormal behavior detection with the aim of detecting poaching incidents in real time. So as a brief introduction, I'll first tell you my story and how I got into developing Rhino collars. During my final year at university of studying electronic engineering at Stellenbosch, I had a phone call from my dad one early morning. 240 sheep had been stolen from our family farm the night before. So I immediately started thinking of ideas how one can use technology to detect such an incident. I therefore proposed a stock position tracking and theft detection system as my final year project. System worked nicely. However, I soon realized that animal tracking is not trivial and it is subject to some fundamental limitations. I also realized that advanced tracking techniques can have major impact and potential in nature conservation applications. And provided my love for the bushveld and rhino conservation, going into rhino collars was for me a natural next step. So to further explore ways of improving current tracking techniques, I did my master's degree specifically on rhino collars. I focused on reducing the power consumption while providing sufficient tracking information. Subsequently, my PhD work focused on machine learning techniques to derive rhino behavior from low power sensors in real time. I developed advanced algorithms that would take raw sensor information from the foot collars, perform behavior classification, and ultimately provide the rhino's behavior as the final result. For example, the system would say whether the animal was standing, walking, running, or lying down with 98% accuracy. This was achieved by performing feature extraction and selection. Subsequent to that, you have to evaluate various classification techniques to find the optimal model. Behavior classification system provided very valuable information, specifically for the behavioral ecologist community, since it linked the real-time behavior of the rhinos with the current location. However, I felt that the system provided very little information from an anti-poaching perspective. And I've since started my own company and spent another 3 years on further developing the algorithms to aid the poaching crisis. And I think most of us in this room knows how much resources have gone into anti-poaching troops, canine units, etc. And it's without a doubt that these anti-poaching forces working within and without reserves are extremely passionate and ready to respond to any poaching incident. However, to date, the missing piece of the puzzle is knowing when to respond. I have therefore set out to provide the anti-poaching community with 2 very simple but important metrics, namely the time and location of a possible poaching incident. This would enable anti-poaching units to investigate poaching incidents in real time. Okay, so our solution is smart rhino collars, as shown in the image. We have a front-facing solar panel fitted within a rugged and waterproof casing. A conveyor belt-like material is used to secure the collar around the leg of a rhino. The collars communicate to base stations using a LoRa network, and the base stations in turn communicate to the server using either cellular or satellite communication. Our collars basically runs 3 algorithms. A periodic scheduler algorithm ensures that periodic updates are sent, for example, every 24 hours. And then we have two AI algorithms, what we call the fast and the slow algorithm. These algorithms continuously examine the behavior of the rhino to determine abnormal behavior, and once detected, sends an alarm to the EarthRanger platform. So all our callers are fully integrated with the EarthRanger platform, and our alarms is color-coded based on the probability of a poaching incident as either gray, amber, or red. So in the example showed now on the slide, the rhino generated an red alarm, and the alarm was sent to the EarthRanger platform. From the EarthRanger platform, it goes out with a WhatsApp message to a predefined list of people. These rangers in the veld then can use the ER track application to orientate themselves relative to the poaching incident, and then rapidly respond and investigate and provide feedback. So we have therefore created a fully automated response system whereby a rhino generates an alert and automatically recruits resources in real time. Okay, so to date we have had a couple of success stories. For example, on one private game reserve, a rhino died of natural causes, and the caller reported in with multiple amber and red alarms. The reserve was able to quickly locate the animal and retrieve the horn set before it goes into the illicit black market. Caller number 14 is quite sad but special story for us. And this was the 14th rhino that I've collared. This time it was adult cow, white rhino. And just about 6 months after we collared her, we started noticing abnormal behavior. Upon investigation, the rangers reported a new baby calf was born. So I was quite excited to have detected such a special event, and we have since detected other calvings on different properties as well. So, however, this is a presentation on anti-poaching, and unfortunately the story has a sad ending. So for the sensitive viewers, please just look away for a second. One late evening about a month ago, I received a call from field rangers reporting a poaching incident. 2 rhinos without collars had been shot, both hard shots, and rhino number 14 was also wounded through a headshot. A couple hours later, after the shooting incident, at that stage we didn't know that rhino 14 was wounded, and a couple hours later the caller reported with 2 amber alerts that abnormal behavior is detected. We immediately located the rhino, investigated, saw that it was wounded, and we were able to deploy the local vet to treat the animal. Unfortunately, 1 week later, after the incident, the cow died, and caller number 14 informed us through multiple red alarms. So fortunately, little lucky number 14 made it, along with one of the other calves from the other cows that was shot that day, and they were both relocated to different locations. So currently we feel that the technology is ready for action. We have done multiple field trials, totaling over 250 collars over the last 5 years without injury to any animal. And furthermore, 150 collars over the last 3 years, including our latest and greatest algorithms. So we are now starting to roll out the different reserves, and we are currently protecting five reserves, totaling around 120,000 hectares. Our view on rhino conservation is simple. We believe in range expansion through the successful implementation of technology. I'm done, but as a special word of thanks, I would just like to thank EarthRanger team for supporting and enabling our project, and then also our technology partners and supporters, especially the early adopters, most of which are present here in the room today. Thank you.